Welcome to the lab. Congratulations for being here. It means you're probably an entrepreneur. You're looking to either grow a business with a little more effective methods, or you're looking to launch something and actually succeed. Because you and I both know 95% of most businesses, I don't want to call it fail. Most of the time they quit just because it's too confusing or expensive or that sort of thing. And out of the remaining 5%, there's really a fraction of 1% that end up thriving. So let's look at how people do business, because there's really what we see in the lab. You can really contrast it. It's a sharp difference between what people who aren't thriving, what they do, and what those few people that thrive, what they do. So let's look at what we call the struggle formula. It's what most people do in business because they just don't know. So you're all excited to launch business, and when you start, regardless of why you went into business, what you're selling, it's all about sales and marketing, right? To get those clients to be able to sell the stuff or provide the service. So you're going to go into all these different areas. You know, there's warm marketing, which is always smart to go into, networking, which is also smart. At some point, everybody wants to do joint ventures, but we'll talk about that later. And then there's advertising, and this is where it gets really confusing fast, because there's only 1,001 places to advertise. And the trick, there's two, I guess tricks, I don't know, pieces of information we'll call it about advertising. Advertising is very expensive, and it almost never produces the results you're looking for, especially if you're a new business, because the advertising is all about tweaking. It's comparing this ad to that ad. That takes a lot of money and a lot of time, and it's only if you can make it through that do you know what works. And then you have to continue tweaking because the world changes, and therefore your advertising has it. That's expensive. And so it's like, this is an expensive way to go. This rarely do we work well enough, and this we don't get quite enough business from. But not everybody fails or quits, only 95%. Now, some people actually survive, and they go around, every day they go, okay, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go to make their money? And that's what they do. It's noisy, it's competitive. I'm not afraid of competition. I just don't like going to the same people everybody else does with the same kind of message. And we'll show you how to get around that. So it's very competitive. 95% of us quit. And it never ends. No wonder people can't wait to retire or die, but that's how they make their money. There's a better way. We call it dumping the struggle, doubling the money, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right, there are two keys, two big things to understand about this formula we call dump the struggle and double the money, because that's what we found it to do. The two things are first things first. I know you've heard it before, but here's how you apply it, actually, in this formula. And refers, put a big gold star by that, because that's going to make you a huge amount of money. First things first means this. I'm going to rank all targets, advertising, warm, network, joint ventures, I'm going to rank those as A, B, or C. A is really likely to get business right away. B is a little less likely, and C is, I don't even have any idea. This is definitely going to be C's, because I don't have the foggiest even what's going to work over here. Networking is probably going to be B's, because it's going to take just a little bit. Maybe there's some A's in there. Joint ventures, that's going to take a while, so I'm not going to hit that right away. My warm market has a lot of A prospects that I can go to right away. Everybody will tell you, wedding and funeral planners will tell you, you've got 200 people in your warm market, at least. Now, what we've seen in the lab is that 10 to 12 of those people in your warm market are really good prospects for you. Like, they buy what you sell. They're going to be A, Bs. You want to go to them, the A's, right now, today. You want to pick up the phone and be very active with it, because you want to be very active and get business right away for two reasons. One is you need the money. Two is you need the morale. You need that shot in the arm of happiness to get you staying up late and getting up early and really charging after it. So when we go there, we get business right away. Refers are huge, because those 200 people that you know and 10 or 12 are really good prospects for what you sell. Well, aren't they all good prospects to go, hey, who do you know that'll give me a listen? Yeah, they are. And what if they each only gave you one? You'd have 200 plus your initial 10. You'd have 210 prospects to get a hold of in this warm market that you divide between A, B, and C, rather than 10 or 12. And you can get after those very aggressively. And what happens when you do that is we've found you literally double your sales. An interesting thing about doubling sales and keeping your overhead the same, your profit triples. Now, with my extra money that I have, now I can go playing over here. I can go, hey, what about Google AdWords? What about advertising here, there, in small little measures, A/B testing, because I want to soak up, and so do you, every bit of business I can from every market. and this process funds it. The problem that you find is that you've got hundreds, maybe thousands of contacts now. How do you keep track of them, and why do you keep C's anyway? Why don't you just throw them away? I'll show you in the next episode, we call it The Machine, how to get business, a lot more business out of C's and B's while you're going actively about your A's. In the meantime, just go down below if you would. Click the like button. Everybody loves to be liked, and so do I. And if you would, please put a comment like, I love what you're talking about, or here's how I'm going to use it. So anyway, do that, and I'll see you in our next video. Thank you.